Coming in was the Milwaukee Bucks against the 305 zone Miami Heat. A lot of people out here were saying that this was Miami's for the taking. We're talking about teams being inconsistent, shell of themselves from a year before. Miami Heat exhibits all of that. They lose the play-in to get that 7th seed in a matchup that I thought would be better for them. Then they go against Milwaukee, who they've had history with. And, I mean, fellas, I thought that Miami was in watching the game. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't pick Miami to win this series. But in watching the game, regardless of what happened to Giannis, I thought they were going to win that game. They looked like they were on their way to winning that game before he went out. Now, the biggest thing here, I got to agree with what everybody else has been saying. A bigger loss in this series is Tyler Herro. Milwaukee's still able to kind of maneuver without Giannis. I mean, Mike, you on right now. Chris Middleton almost shot them back in the game the other night. But I mean, they might still be able to hang on without Giannis. You're asking Bam Adebayo to do a lot more without a Tyler Herro on the floor. In some instances, you're asking Jimmy to do a lot more. You're also now you have to insert a Duncan Robinson who was a DNP. And he's going to hurt you on the defensive side of the floor. But you got to hope that he's able to shoot it. So just with that being said, I'm going to still stick with my pick of Milwaukee coming out of the first round. But they did make it interesting yesterday.
Look, man, give credit when credit is due. Everybody knows I'm a Bulls fan, so I'm throwing up in my mouth as I say this. But like you said, the Heat looked good even before he went out. Granted, it was early, what have you. But I'm looking at, I never even looked at the box score. You look at the box score, Tyler Herro scored 12 points in 19 minutes. He only missed 4 shots, right? Didn't get to the free throw line. So, number one, Miami's so interchangeable. You can't say for certain who they're going to replace him with, okay? Gabe Vincent started alongside the three. They went with 3-guard line. They went Gabe, Strus, and Tyler. So, Duncan played. You got to wonder if it's going to be Caleb getting the start, if it's going to be Lowry getting the start, if it's going to be Duncan. If Love, I think keeping Love on the bench is a smart thing to do. I think he's great off the bench, so I don't think they'll do that. But you never know with Spo, right? But they played well. Now, look, this is the thing, and I'm going to go into maybe some basketball psychology. Miami is everybody thinking, oh, they should be tired, another game. It wasn't back-to-back, but they just played 2 nights ago. They should be tired. You could look at it that way. You could look at it as they're already on a roll. Milwaukee has to get on a run. Maybe they were off for too long or whatever. So maybe Miami has the advantage in that sense. But can Miami score 130 points every game? Milwaukee wasn't defending, right? And you could credit that maybe or maybe not. That had a lot to do with Giannis, their rotations. I don't know. I'm not making an excuse for them. But can Miami keep scoring in the 130s? Is Milwaukee going to keep allowing 130? And you got to kind of wonder if Bam is going to have that. You heard what Jimmy Butler said. He said, look, this is a sign of a great player when you can still affect the game without scoring. And Bam yesterday had what? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, he had 22. I'm sorry. He had 22. What game was he talking about? I guess there was a game that he had like 17 rebounds and like 2 points. I don't know. I heard Jimmy. That was a playing. Okay. But 22, like, we all know what the issue was last year with Bam, and it was him not contributing in big games. But Jimmy 35, Bam 22, Gabe 15, 4 starters in double digits. I just got and 2 guys off the bench in double digits, and one of them almost had 20 in Love. But I fully expect Milwaukee to win Game 2 with or without Giannis. Tyler is the bigger blow to Miami because obviously Milwaukee's deeper. So we got to see what they're going to come out with if Giannis can't play.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Heat have been a tough matchup for the Bucks for a few years now. Obviously, when the year the Bucks won the championship, they were able to get through Miami. But if you look at their like 2 or 3 playoff matchups before that, the Heat have kind of had their number, and they were the first team to start that build the wall on Giannis type of thing. And even if you see the way he got hurt, it was kind of like that build that wall, and he was kind of running through the wall to get that play and kind of hurt his back and get the charge. So Miami has kind of had their number for a few years now, and the one year they were able to finally get over that hump, they won the championship. But obviously, with it being a 1-8 matchup, you expect the Bucks to win, but I think the Miami Heat isn't your typical 8 matchup because they were the 1 seed last year with kind of the same team. And like I said, they kind of had the Bucks number. I think without Giannis, it'd make it tough. I kind of agree with Mike where I expect the Bucks to win that game too, even without Giannis. Obviously, y'all got Chris Middleton. I expect him to step up a little bit, even though he's coming off the injury. I think Drew Holiday will play a lot better. Their defense would be a lot better. I think maybe Giannis going out kind of threw him off guard, and the Heat hit him with the first punch in that game. I think the Heat kind of came out, obviously, like you said, probably had not fresh legs, but they had that momentum going, and the Bucks had like a week off, so he came out kind of legs running already, and it kind of hit him in the mouth first. I think if Giannis was in there, maybe they make a little third quarter run and make the game a little more interesting. But I think we'll see what happens with Giannis, see if he's able to play game 2 or whatever. But I think either way, even if Giannis was there, the Heat kind of had that formula of how to guard Giannis and kind of what to do with him. So I think it would have been a tough series either way. But obviously, with Giannis being out, changes a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I agree with you guys that I think the Bucks get game 2, but it's kind of a toss-up from there, and we'll kind of see how Giannis back is doing.
Who starts in place of Herro, you think, Kay?
Yeah, there's so many ways. Obviously, Oladipo had his ups and downs and played well in stretches. Too?
He didn't play. He didn't play game 1.
Yeah, but like you said, the Heat have so many different options. I think Spo, obviously being the great coach that he is, and like I said, Oladipo's had his moments. I think Oladipo, even if he doesn't get the start, I think Oladipo will get more minutes to kind of be the Oladipo that we've shown. Obviously, he's not going to probably be that Indiana Oladipo, but I think the end of the season, the last 2 seasons that you've seen from him where he showed kind of spurts, I think he'll have spurts in this playoff series where, like, he'll get enough minutes in there to kind of maybe fill the void of Herro.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything that you guys are saying. It's definitely a wait and see, game 2 coming up. And, I mean, it's just going to be a fun, exciting week to kind of digest everything that's going on.